In this video, I'm going to show you my daily warm-up. This is something that I do every morning when I wake up. I do it before workouts, and it's just a good way to get the joints moving and get some mobility going. I always start bottom up here. I start with the ankles. I take off my shoes first. I like to do all this barefoot in my socks. And what I'm doing here is just rolling the ankle. Nothing fancy here. Just step the foot forward, right foot forward. Most of the weight's on this leg right here. Just rocking that foot out, getting some movement in the ankle. I like to do little circles here with the ankle, just to put a bow on it there. Now for the knees, I like to do the same thing. Do some knee circles, nice and slow. If I feel any pain or tightness, I slow it down, start over. Got the joints moving there. Move up to the hips, I do a tuck. So I'm tilting the hips here. From side angle, just tucking the hips. We're going posterior and anterior tilts here. It's just a fancy way of saying forwards and backwards. And from there, I like to bring it up to the spine. I just like to do some flexion and extension. So right now I'm doing extension. Flexion here, coming in, extension, coming out. Here, coming in and out. For point of reference, what you can do is you can put your finger into your chest, and it's like you're curling around your hand here. And wherever you're pushing in with your fingers, you want to try to move that part of the spine. So if you're going lower here, you want to have a lower curve in the spine. If you're going up here, you want to have more curve in the spine up top. You just kind of work the spine out. From there, I like to do some toe touches. I like to keep my legs, my knees, I don't like them locked completely, but some soft knees, but I don't like them bent too much. Just some. So here's locked out, just soft knees. Come down and touch. Again, lots of flexion in the spine. Nice big and tall. Up. For the shoulders, I like to do figure eights. Now, I like to utilize this time to get some movement in the lower body as well. So while I'm doing these figure eights a lot of times, I'll drop into a deep squat and do some figure eights to get my shoulders warmed up. Alternating sides here, and then you can do those shoulder circles, those figure eights in different planes. All right, hold your arm out to the side, do some figure eights here, stop, go the other way. I do about 3 repetitions on each arm. When you start, you might want to do this standing, but once you get better at it, you can do it sitting down. Then over my head, I do the figure eights as well. Now I usually do these in this position here, because in a deep squat, it's actually pretty hard to get your arm straight up like that, okay? And then it's even harder to do the figure eights. So you're a lot more stable here when you're on your knees doing the figure eights with your arms straight up in the air. Now again, this is just for the shoulders, so the legs aren't that big of a deal. And then from there, I roll out the neck a few times if I want. Lots of times I'll lay on the ground, I do some spinal twists. So I'll bring my left knee over my right, and I'll plant it on the ground. I'll put my hand on that. Left arm goes over, and I look over my left shoulder. And then I'll do that on the other side. So here, right leg goes over the left leg. It's bent. I anchor it down with my hand, and then I come over, and I look over my shoulder. Get a nice stretch along the side body there. And that's it. Now I go through this a lot slower if I'm feeling any pain or tightness anywhere specific. You can run through this a few times if you need to, just to really get yourself mobile and warmed up. And I do this every morning. I do it at night. I do it a few times throughout the day. Whenever I'm feeling anything in any one particular joint, I'll do it there. And then I don't forget the wrists. If I'm going to be doing push-ups or anything where I'm on my hands and knees, I want to make sure that I'm rolling out the wrists here. And so just kind of get those warmed up, crack your knuckles here, and then you can do individual fingers. Just focus on doing circles with your fingers, moving to the next one. This one's a bit more challenging to really isolate the fingers because they kind of move as a unit, but just do your best there. And that's it. That is my daily warm-up routine for my joints, basically from head to toe.